Hey guys, I'm back. It has been a hot minute since I've been on the old YouTube channel, and I got lots of reasons for it, but none of them you guys care about. What you guys want to see is some hot rod building and some adventure in the hot rods, and that's what I'm going to bring you today. All right, it's been way too long since I've been out here in the garage working on some projects, but I'm at it, and I have a goal. Next weekend, there's a real big car show down here in Southern Colorado that I want to go to, and I want to drive my car down there and spend the day with the family at the show. This is a big deal. This is like the first big show I'm going to have my car at that my family's going to go with me. So I want it to go well, and I want to put my best foot forward. So the old bad Hombre is ready. Well, no, it's not. It's ready, it's drivable, it looks decent, it goes down the road okay, but there are some things that we need to get done on the old car. One of the big things that I want to make sure I knock out is glass. I saved up my pennies over the fall, the winter, and I went earlier on this year up to a Burt's Model A store up in Denver, and I bought everything I need to put glass in the car. I didn't have window regulators, the window channels, I didn't have any of that stuff. Everything was basically gutted, but I bought the glass. All those things, I got a pretty good deal on it, I think, and I'm ready to put in the car. Which, if you remember the list that we've been working on for a long time, it is one of the big things on the list: glass. Now, before I get the glass in, I got a couple other projects I need to do. One of which being door handles. It's going to be a big one, but that's what I want to knock out today. If I can get those door handles done, we'll wrap this project up and I'll feel pretty good about going to put the glass in. Come on, let's go check out what we're working with here. All right, so I do have door handles for the car, but they just dangle down and they don't connect to anything. And if you remember, in this car, I put the old Speedways bear claw style door latch in the car so that I could have a door that didn't fly open on me. And it's really sweet, actually. It lines up and closes really nice, opens really easy, but it's pretty rudimentary. It opens with the mechanism only from the inside, and if we get down in the window here, you can see what the deal is, what we're dealing with. If you see right here, this is the window channel inside the door, and that's the whole deal with these Model A's, is that the window channel goes all the way back to the back of the door jamb. There is no room behind the window channel for, let's say, a post of a door handle to go through. So everything has to happen around this glass. If you go way back, or I'll put a link up, you can see where I put my bear claw door latch in the way I did. But what that does for me, or what that does against me now, is I have to come up with a way of my outside door latch coming in through here, and then it's gonna have to operate off of a bell crank system to go all the way down here to the bottom of the door, or at least underneath where the glass channel is, and then come back up and operate this little mechanism here. Okay? And the way that one works, if I can get in here and see, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see that, yeah. Okay, see, that's all it takes to release this door, and it has to operate up to do so. So I need a way of taking my door handle, which is over here, and building something that mounts on here, because this is all the hardware I have for this, that transfers this motion of opening the handle through the post, down through some sort of bell crank mechanism, and then back up to here to operate the door latch mechanism. Okay, so that's what we have in store. I'm going to scratch my head a little bit here and try to figure out a little bit of engineering behind this, and then I'll bring you back when I got a plan, and then we'll start scrapping some materials together and see if we can make these doors open before the end of the day. Okay, I think I got a plan. This might be kind of harebrained, but work with me here. First off, I noticed one of my door handles has been gacked at some point. It still works, but it's not the smoothest. This one seems to work a lot better. We'll use this one for the example. So this obviously screws into the door. I need some way of locating this in the back, so I'm just going to put a tab in from the door, and I'll grind off this or cut off this square hub at the end here. So just that round part slides into a hole that I have through a piece of metal that I'm going to weld into the door frame. So that'll locate the back of this. And then I just want to basically weld or somehow mount a little tang off of this with a hole on it so I can get my leverage to do the work from the door handle down. So now, imagine this is inside my door. I have my door handle poking through on the inside. And it looks kind of like this with a little tang on it. What I'm going to have to do is come down from that tang with a connection. And I basically just want to come down just below where the window channel ends, okay? And I think what I can do is come off of the door frame with a setup that goes to a little bell crank. And what this bell crank will do is transfer. It has to do two things. One, it has to get, if I'm looking down in the door, I have to go from the outside of the door to the inside of the door to get around the window. And two, it'll transfer this down force energy when you work the handle like that to an up push to operate the door handle on the inside, the latch on the inside. So it'll come down to like a tang on this end, and it'll come off of maybe a little longer one to get a little leverage and come back up and operate the lever on the bear claw door latch. It's a pretty terrible drawing, isn't it? But this piece right here, what it's going to look like is it's going to be, I'm thinking if I can do like a piece of square tube and cut it down enough to where it's kind of, let's see if I can draw a 3D picture for you. So it looks kind of like this, and it has a hole there and a hole there. And then I could put my bolt through it. Obviously it goes like this and comes out with a tang going one way, and on that side it has a tang going the other way. So you can see that where it'll kind of work opposite directions. Maybe that's a terrible drawing. In my head it's going to make sense. Bear with me, I'll bring you back when I have something better. Okay, friends, here we go. So here's our door latch for the passenger side with this fancy little tang on it, and how the back of it's been ground off. I put a little piece of flat stock like this in the door that this slides in and locates it. And this will provide our up-down motion from the door handle. And then here's where all the magic happens. This little bell crank guy is going to go right in the back door jamb of the door. And it's going to transfer that downward motion from here into this little guy. And it's going to make it go up like that. Just like my drawing, if you recall. So now I got to just come in here and, well, I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to do a little welding on here, tie these on, go in the car, weld this in the door of the car. And then I just have to build my connection struts between all the linkage to connect them all together. Once that's done, we will have a functioning door. So wish me luck. All right, guys. Well, I'm back at it. It's next day. I'm wearing my going to town clothes, my coveralls. My wife loves it when I wear these things out. And I'm trying to finish up that silly door on this car. In fact, I think I got it done. If you guys remember where we left off, I had the little mechanism that I had built that was going to kind of be like my little bell crank. Going to work like that off of the handle with the tang we put on the handle and some little levers connecting them. It's great. Tons of brackets. It looks like a, I don't know, like a fourth grade mechanical design project, but I think it's going to work. Let me take you over to the car. Let's see what we came up with. Okay, yes, this place is a disaster. I've been parking my mountain bike in front of my car to remind myself that I need to go ride that thing before I work on the car. But so far, all it's done is get in the way a few times, and I've had to move it around a bunch. But we're going to win. Okay, here is what we're looking at. That is that fancy mechanism, and yeah, just don't regard that big booger weld there. I need to clean it up and put a little paint on this thing. But if you remember what the whole hang up with this whole door thing was, we got to get in between the, well, the window has to go in between the up lever and the down lever of the door mechanism, so it'll ride up and down this channel. Because these Model A's, again, the door window channel rides right inside the door. So there's an easy way to do it. And the easy way is you just put your door thing through the middle of the door there, however you want, just don't put a window in it. This is kind of the hard way, but I want glass. So as you can see when I operate my handle out here, here's what is happening inside here, and that's what's happening inside there, and it releases the bear claw mechanism. So, does it work? Is it level? Almost. There we go. I might have to put a spring to hold it down, but there we go. Okay, door closes, door opens, window will fit in there. I'm calling that a win. All right, so that's it. We got that one done. I can't cross it off the list yet because I have to do the old repeat on the driver's side and get that in. I have most of my mechanisms built already, but I just need to mount them in there, build the connecting rods and tie it all together, which is, it's a huge pain, honestly, but it'll be good when I get it done. Car show this weekend. So now I'm going to transition once I get that other door into making the car look good for the show. Hey, in a minute here, one of these videos is going to pop up on the screen. Click on that, check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're here. Thanks a lot.